Yes, to briefly recap, Sunday, July 31st, I went to Dundas Square with my 9-year-old son, Sean, and I was testing out my brand new Canon camera. There's a lot of ambient light there. People have never been to the square. This is kind of Toronto's version of New York Times. And suddenly, from out of the shadows, this woman in a hijab came running up to me, semi-hysterical, saying, "We are Muslim, you do not take pictures of us." And I explained that I'm in a public square and I have a right to take pictures of anyone. The next thing I know, I got a fist in the face. That was captured, by the way, by my camera because I was still clicking away. In fact, the last image is a very blurred, hazy one because I apologize, Bono, I can't multitask when I'm getting a fist in the face. Then it got surreal. Got surrounded by a bunch of individuals, mostly men, a lot of them speaking Arabic. One of them in a Puma jacket came up to me and he said, "Just give us the camera and we'll let you go." Now, again, this is not Tahrir Square in Cairo.
No, we're supposed to work downtown Toronto.
That's right. Don't readjust your GPS. Grabbed my son and I made a beeline for a bunch of bicycle cops that were at the corner of Yonge Dundas Square. I told my story to a constable there, PC Tom Rigel. There was 2 Syrians who very bravely, and I'm so appreciative of these people, Bono, that came forward. They said they eyewitnessed it. They said everything I had to say was true, and once more they speak Arabic, and what the mob was saying was not very nice. Those were their words.
Well, what were they saying?
You know what? I didn't get into it. I mean, that was his word. It wasn't very nice. Then the constable goes over to the woman who slugged me. She is absolutely hysterical at this point. There's phlegm coming out of her mouth. She's tearing up. She's screaming. And I got to be honest, I was thinking, great. The constable's going to experience what I just did 10 minutes ago.
The rage of her.
Absolutely. She comes back, and I'm there with the 2 Syrian eyewitnesses, and Constable Rigel says, "There'll be no charges filed." And we looked at him stunned, and I said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, I spoke to the woman, and I believe her story," which is to say, Bono, that she tried to knock the camera out of my hands and her fist collided with my face. You see, my face accidentally got in the way.
Yeah. But even so, that's still an assault. I don't care how you describe it. There's nothing wrong with you taking a picture. If there's someone to slap you in the face to stop you from doing it, is an assault.
The logic is perverse.
I know it is. It's weird.
You know, and so basically that was how the story ended. That was what was published in the Sun in the first week of August. On September 1st, I gave my testimony to the 2 detectives, Heather Nichols and her partner. And, Bono, it was the most humiliating experience I have ever endured. What I thought was going to take 15 minutes took about an hour and 15 minutes.
So they were interrogating you?
Oh, absolutely, big time. Shankaran, Detective Nichols' partner, was asking in an almost belligerent tone questions that I didn't understand the relevance to. For example, how many children did this family have? I said, I don't know, 3 or 4? 3 or 4. And then he said, what were the ages? I go, what were the ages? How would I know? He says, well, you're a father of children, and you must know, right? And I mean, in hindsight, I look back at this, Bono, and I'm going, what the hell was the relevance of this?
Yeah, who's being charged? Do we even know her name yet?
No, we don't.
So how can you can press charges yourself.
Yes.
But they can't, if they don't cough up her name, well, where does that leave you?
Indeed, it's been over to, then the name will be sequestered from PC Rigel's notebook once I lay charges with a Justice of the Peace.
And when is that going to happen?
Well, that's a great question because I gave that testimony on September 1st. They still haven't said anything. You know, now I know Heather Nichols had to go away on a holiday, but I haven't heard anything from her partner. So I don't know if they are going to lay charges or not. I suspect that whole exercise, Bono, was somehow to try to discredit me and make me look bad, because I don't know if they're subjecting anyone else to this as well. Bizarre sidebar, this is also in the column. A female security guard with Garda came up to me. Now, there was 2 male security guards. They were very good.
Okay, we got to move it along. Garda.
She said to the police officer at the time of the incident, I saw this guy here 2 weeks ago. He was taking pictures of people. I told him to stop. And what I said is, this is either a shocking case of mistaken identity
or a lie.
And I don't know what her agenda is, but I went to Garda head office because they had an internal investigation, and when I spoke to their corporate communications person, Isabel Pinelli in Montreal, she said that when it comes to photographing Muslims in public, this is a, to use her words, sensitive issue.